Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my live session today on YouTube. Something that is happening today is that I have people watching from Facebook. And by that, I mean my Facebook page, my Facebook group, and of course, YouTube as well. So if you're here, I just want to say a huge shout out to you. And if you're watching this as a replay sometime in the future, or maybe after this is done, you can add all of your comments in the comment section. Whatever questions you want answered, drop them in the comment section, and definitely you will get a response. So if you want to also tune in, like ask your questions live, there's a link I'm going to be adding to the live stream. Just click on the link and it gives you the option to call in, and then I can add you to my my live today. So today we're going to be answering a couple of questions. It's just going to be me asking all of your questions. I see that Nelson is here. I can immediately add you. Hi, Nelson. Can you hear me?
Hello, Valeen.
Hi, Nelson. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
You're actually the first person to call in. And last, live session I had, I told people I was going to try to be able to have people to call in on YouTube because this is something that rarely happens. So congratulations. So do you have any question for us today? First off, can you introduce yourself? And, if you have any questions, you can just go ahead and ask them.
Okay, I'm Nelson Iyori from Nigeria. I finished from University of Benin. I recently got admitted into University of Massachusetts Amherst Chemical Engineering, and currently I'm awaiting my visa interview, which is going to be May. That's next month.
That's amazing. Okay, I'm listening.
Thank you. So I'm going to ask the question. Concerning the mashup of names, like during the visa appointment process, where you need to input your first name, your last name. My first name is Nelson.
Nelson, would you like to? Sorry to cut you short. Would you like to, turn on your video, or you'd rather not have your video on?
Okay, I'm currently.
Okay, whichever one is fine, by the way.
Okay. So, it's just a name mashup. Although my DS-160 has the correct name, my passport has the correct name. It's just what I filled in during the visa appointments process. So I omitted the middle name.
So your passport has your full names, like your first, last, and your middle name.
Yes.
Your DS-160 form has your first, last, and middle name. But what you're concerned about is that your appointment form or slip omitted your middle name. Did I get that right? So you're worried that there's a problem with that, or what's the question?
Exactly. I'm worried that there's a problem with that.
So you're worried that when you go for your visa interview, then there's a problem?
Yes.
So if it is something tied to just your middle name, I don't think you should have any worry about that, because like you said, your passport, which is the most important thing, has the full actual name. And then your DS-160 form, if your DS-160 form didn't have it, then I would have said maybe that then something you have to worry or something. But then those two documentations are key in your interview process or even in your admission process. But those things already contain your first, middle, and your last name, so you don't really have anything to worry about. Not entirely, but I think that you're covered. But again, if I'm seeing you people, if you're just joining us, please leave your comments in the live chat, and also don't forget to call in if you want to. I have actually dropped the link in the live chat as well, so you can call in to ask all of your questions. I said this during the last live session, and today I came through, guys. So guys, like I was saying, the only problem that you think you will have is that your maybe printout doesn't have the middle name. I don't think that should be a huge worry, because when you get there, when they're just going to ask you questions about your school, why you chose your school, and everything else that can show ties to your home country. They might not say, oh, what's your name? Or if that even happens, you can tell them your name. But if you're entirely like, you're still very worried, then you can go to an affidavit to just say that, oh, I have my full names mentioned in my international passport, and then I have it on my DS-160 form. But during the process of my application, I forgot to, I omitted, or for some reason, my middle name was not reflected. So this is an affidavit, showing that this is my actual name and it was as a result of an omission or something. So if you are still worried about that, that is an option that you can take just to keep yourself, and that worry, to take it away from you, if that makes sense. But if you have any other questions as well, you can, go ahead and ask. So if you're just joining us, please feel free to interact, engage, drop your comments, leave them in the live chat. And if you're watching this as a replay, you can leave your comments in the comment section, and I'll definitely respond to you as well. So Nelson, do you still have worries, or do you have any other questions that you want to ask? And guys, you can also call in. To call in, I dropped the link in the live chat as well. Just click on it and then you can call in. Hello, Nelson.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for calling in, and I really do appreciate it. And again, I want to ask a question. I think you are in our Telegram group, right?
Hello? What did you say?
You are in the Telegram group, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, thank you. So I see that Daniel is here and Daniel wants to connect. So I'm just going to remove you and accept Daniel. If you have more questions, you can drop them in the live chat as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, today we're going to be discussing a lot of things. Actually, I listed them out there. And I think the first thing that we're going to be discussing today is, let's start with adjusting to life here in the United States as an international student. But if you're here and you want to call in, feel free to leave your comments in the live chat or in the comment section. And also feel free to call in. The link is in the live chat as well. So you can use that. If you're watching me from any of my platforms like Facebook page or my Facebook group, please let me know as well so that I know where who I'm talking to and where the person is calling from. So I'm just going to go straight. Hi, Propeller, I see you. I hope you're having fun, and I can't wait to have you back here in Texas. Oluwaseun Adeyemi, thank you so much for tuning in. You've been a real OG on this channel, and I cannot thank you enough. Thank you guys so much for your support so far. And I just want to wish you guys a happy Easter. Those of you who are celebrating, I wish you guys a happy Easter. Please don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms and join our Telegram group if you haven't already. So now, adjusting to the life in the United States of America. Also, feel free to just leave your questions, down below, and I'll definitely get to that point where we're going to do Q&A. You know how we do it. If you're an OG on this platform, you already know that, questions are going to be answered in detail. So leave them in the live chat as well. And if you are watching this as a replay, leave them in the comment section. So adjusting to the United States of America as an international student is something that you need to figure out even before you come, because it's a totally different thing from dreaming to achieve your dreams here in a foreign country. And it's very critical that you understand that when you get here, things might be very different. It is also going to be very different from what you hear. It's also going to be very different from what you hear from friends, and because it is unique. It is a unique thing. When you come here, you're going to meet different people. You're going to meet, have to eat different food from what you're used to, and so you'll be worried. Sometimes you just want to go back home and feel like maybe you've done something wrong, or this wasn't the right calling for you. It will happen to you. But I just want you to understand that people have gone through this and people are still going through this. Daniel, I see that you're trying to connect. Do you want me to accept you onto my screen right now? But please, I'd appreciate it if you can have your video turned on. Yeah, Daniel has his video turned on. So I am quickly going to allow Daniel to come in, and then we can answer any of his questions. So guys, you can also be somebody that gets his call accepted on this platform, and we can chat more. So let me just accept Daniel, and then we can continue talking about adjusting to the US system. Hi, Daniel. Hey, Daniel.
Hi, Eva. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing well. What about you?
I'm good. I'm good. I see that you came prepared.
Okay. Not really. I just came unexpectedly, and I saw the link. Yes, yes.
So how
Okay.
how is your very going?
It's going well. Actually, I sent you a message on Telegram. I'm having an issue concerning my fee payment.
Oh, you sent me a Telegram message. Okay, after the live, I will check through the message and then I'll respond back to you.
Okay, okay.
Is that all?
All right. Can I call back so I could table up my? Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
you
I
can call back.
have all that question. Can I call back and so
Okay, of course you
I
can
could
call
write
back.
down my questions?
That's fine.
Okay, okay.
All right, bye.
All right.
So guys, we're talking about adjusting to the US system as an international student. So one thing that you can do, Orume, I see that you're here and you're trying to join in. I'll accept you once I'm done with this point I'm talking about. So the one thing that I feel that you can do to adjust, and to be honest, I can't tell you that I've fully adjusted. I'm still adjusting myself, and I don't think there'll be a time where I'll just say that I am fully adjusted to the system, because it's going to be a learning curve for everyone, I believe. But one thing that I would advise you to do when you get here, or even if you're going to London or Canada, it's pretty much the same. To adjust would be you having to accept things the way they are, like live and enjoy the whole process. It is a process and it is a learning curve. It is educational as well. But when you come and you start beating yourself up for maybe going through the things you're going through or whatever it is that you're dealing with, it becomes very hard for you to, accept the life lessons that you could have learned from that situation. So one way that you can adjust to the system is to allow it flow, allow whatever it is that is happening to happen, and then begin to look at it from a different perspective, in the sense that you'll be asking yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I go around this? So if you're lonely because you're away from your family, how can I not be lonely? The way that you cannot be lonely is either to make friends or begin to do something else that you have not doing. Maybe find a hobby, find something that you love to do and begin to do that things, or try to reconnect back with your friends. I have videos on my channel where I talked about the things that you should do before coming here. I even said that one of the things that you can do is to ensure that you create a stronger bond with your friends back home, because chances are they'll still be your real OGs. When you come here, making friends is not that easy. And I'm also thinking about making a video on that as well. So it is not that easy to just come here and begin to make friends. You will make friends, but you also need to reconnect and build a strong bond with your friends back home before you get here. So that when you're in that period or that phase that you feel, oh, I am very, very, very lonely, even your family is not there, you can reconnect with your friends. You can chat with them on WhatsApp or any other platform, or you can engage yourself in a skill or learn something, do something that you enjoy. If it's photography that you love, absolutely go for it. Or if it is, tutoring people, absolutely go for it. Then you begin to think of identifying the problem and then finding a solution. So if you look at it that way, you would adjust a lot better. And again, do you know that during my time when I was going through so much, that was the time I met the people that I can actually call my friends here. Like when I had my roommate crisis, I mean, you guys know that I have a series on my channel about my terrible roommate experience in the United States of America. But it was in that moment that I found a family that took me in, and a family that I now call, family in the United States of America. And it was a white lady. So my point is, whatever you're dealing with or whatever problems that you might encounter, for some people they might just come here and adjust, like it just happens, like they were born for it. But most times I can tell you that 80% or more of the time when you come here, you find it hard to adjust to the system. And the only way that you can do that is to not look at it as a problem or not look at it as if it is strange. It is definitely going to happen. So find out ways that you can adjust. One of the ways is to either make friends, reach out to your international community, tell them this is what you're dealing with, how can you engage more with other internationals, or maybe internationals from your particular country. You want to like connect more with them, make friends with them, ask them how they were able to cope when it was their time, and even reach out to your, not just your family back home, but the friends that you already made back home. That's why it's important that you build that bond. Okay. So if you're here and you're watching me and you have any questions, please feel free. Oh, I have comments here, and yeah, hi. So I have Propeller. Propeller says, I can't wait to be back to Happy Easter, babes. Happy Easter, wherever you're watching me from. Thank you so much. I have somebody here. I have Victor Zanconi. Thank you for watching. Please, if you're watching, please let me know where you're watching from. I know that Longwabo is here. I can't, like, Longwabo is a friend. I'm going to talk about that story later. Longwabo is my South African best friend, and I really, really love her, and I can't wait to meet with her. So if you're watching me, please let me know where you're watching from, the platform you're watching from, the country you're watching from, and don't forget to drop your questions down below, and I'll definitely answer them. One interesting fact, though, is that you can call in case you're not aware. You can call in to ask your questions live. I have dropped the link before, and I'm going to drop the link again. So use the link to call in and ask all of your questions, and we'll be good. So since we don't have any questions or any live call, I'm going to go ahead to discuss the next thing on my list. But when you do, please drop your questions and you have them answered. So we're going to talk about admissions. I receive a lot of messages from people every time telling me or asking me, how can I get admissions? How can I find the right schools? How can I or how, most times they even ask me how I got into mine and how it is generally. One thing that I can tell you is this: it has to do with what you want. What do you want to study? Because I think getting an admission isn't the first thing. The first thing should be, what do I want to study? Like, what do I love to do? And I'll tell you that if you're coming to the any country outside of your home country, one thing that you must have in mind is it is not the same thing. Like, it is totally different from what you're used to in your home country. And so if you're coming here to just study any course because you just want to use it as a getaway from your home country, it is going to be very challenging for you. I can tell you that it was challenging for me, even though I'm an A student, but it was challenging for me to get used to the system. And so imagine if I was taking a course that I didn't really like, it's going to be very challenging for you. So the first thing you have to think of is, what course do I want to study? What do I really love? And the good thing about schools here is that even if you study, let's say you studied computer science in Nigeria and you want to come here and study social work, they will not discriminate you. The only thing is that when you are writing your statement of purpose, you have to write it in a way that it shows why you are transitioning from computer science to your social work that you're now interested in. If you can tell them why, that maybe, you're during your bachelor's, it wasn't really something you wanted, but because jammed you, then you just felt like, okay, you don't have any other, just find something. And then how did you now come about to love social work? Because they want to know that tomorrow you don't want to move from social work to engineering. They want to know that that is not who you are, and that you are much more than somebody that is just, all over the place. If you can tie your stories together, then that is what you need. Once you're able to figure that out, you know why this is key, because it will aid you in applying to the right schools and getting the right admissions. It would help you in your searches. Most times people search, like they spend over 4 or 5 months trying to find a school. I'm like, which school are you looking for? Because I don't understand. But the thing is that they are doing the wrong thing. They just want to apply to any school because, again, you want to leave Nigeria, or you want to leave Kenya, you want to leave South Africa, or you want to leave London, whatever it is. But I'm saying that it's okay for you to want to leave, but it is a lot easier and more productive if you leave for a better reason, in the sense that you're going to study something you enjoy doing, because you need that passion, you need that love, you need that interest for you to do well in your courses. So on admissions, I keep saying, please focus on you. What do you want to do? What course do you want to study? And when you do that, then when you're searching, when you go to Google and say, okay, let's say, let me share my screen quickly. Let's say I want to, oh my God, I might have to type it in. Masters in Social Work, USA. I don't know if you guys saw that, but then, now I've decided that I want to study masters in social work, and my background is in computer science. Now, that decision has helped me save a lot of time in narrowing down my search to what I actually want. So now you see that what I'm doing on Google is different from somebody who's saying, oh, master's degrees in the United States of America. I'm actually tailoring my search to my passion, to my interest, to what I know that I want to do. So if it were supposed to be something that has to do with like you're interested in computer science, you just impute it there, masters in computer science USE. This does not mean that you just find all of these schools together or everything will be given to you on a platter of good. You need to dig deeper. And this is what I tell my clients whenever they reach out to me or whenever I'm working with them, to help narrow down their searches and make their time productive and get that admission as soon as possible. And so if you want to you're struggling with finding admissions or finding the right schools, or you're struggling with just, getting away with this study abroad thing, you feel like it is giving you a lot of headache, you don't know how to apply, you don't know when to apply, you don't know how to reach out to professors, and you don't even know how to get funding and things like that, I can help you with that. All you have to do is just book a session with me. Check the link in my description down below, and you see the link to book a session with me, and I can help you answer all of your questions. It will be more like a 30-minute session where I answer all of your questions. And if you want me to do something longer and something tailored to you, or even help you from beginning to the end of your admission process or study abroad journey, you can also choose the package that suits you best. The link is in the description down below. So let's go back to what we're talking about. Don't forget to ask your questions or leave them in the comments down below, and I will get to answer them as well. So that's it on admission. So if you have more questions about admissions, finding the right schools, please drop them in the comments or in the live chat, and then you can as well click the link in my description down below to book a session with me, or join my Telegram group as well to have a one-on-one access to me as well. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is visa tips. Most questions I receive on a daily basis is centered around visa. Like, how can I get my visa right? How can I, I've been denied visa once, twice, 3 times, and it is hard. I understand it is very depressing, very, it's not overwhelming, because imagine the stress that you go through trying to find the right schools. And after going through that, finding the right schools and being accepted, giving admissions here and there, sometimes even people that have scholarships and funding even have their visa denied. And they're like, oh my God, but I have admission, I have funding, I have scholarship, and my visa was denied. What then do these people want? I can't answer that question for you, because to be honest, I have videos on my channel that have shared not just my personal experience, but tips that you can use to ace your visa interview at the embassy. But again, I have something that is very good, and I believe it is like, the news that you've been waiting for. You can as well sign up for my Pass My Visa interview service, where I help prepare people to pass their visa interviews. And the link again is in my description. Most times you people do not read through descriptions. When you see a video on YouTube, you just, you're concerned about just the video content, but you forget that there is a lot of resources in the description that can help answer so many questions that you need answers to. So one of the answers you need is how to, ace and pass your visa interview. I can tell you for a fact that all of my students, I've mentored over 200 students, and we've had over 15 visa successes from when I started till now, and it's still counting. So you can sign up for my Pass My Visa interview service, and I'll hold your hand and teach you everything that you need to know. There's a system to it. There's a system to passing your visa interview that people do not even know about. And I'll teach you that. I'll tell you what your strengths are, your weaknesses are, and then just simulate the embassy over again. And if you're somebody whose visa has been denied before and you're like, I don't even want to do this anymore, I'm tired, guys. You shouldn't be tired. You can as well sign up for my visa denial audit, and I'll audit everything that went wrong and went right during your last visa experience and prepare you for the next one so you can pass it. So just check the link in my description down below and you'll be good to go. I see that I have comments on here. So I have a question from, let me show the question. The question from Victor Zanconi. When do I apply for my visa interview? My start date is 16th August. So what I tell people, Victor, if you're seeing this, I'm answering your question. What I tell people to do is, I know when you get your visa, your admission, and then the next thing you want to apply for your visa. So your visa, your resumption date is in August. That's April, May, June, July, August. You have, let's say you have 4 months, right? I tell people to apply 3 months before their start date. The reason why I say this is because you never know what's going to happen at the embassy. You never know if you might have your visa denied. And if your visa is denied, it's a problem because if you apply, let's say 1 month before the start date, you feel, to be honest, one thing that happens with us as humans is that we get to a point where when we receive that no, our system is processing it. We're human, so we have emotions. So when you get that no, you take a step back, you withdraw naturally, you withdraw. And so if that happens to you 1 month before, let me quickly answer. I'm going to, before I complete this, let me answer. So Daniel, your question is, please, is this live chat focusing on a particular topic or is generic? Daniel, it is generic, so you can ask any question as far as it's related to study abroad. The moment where you can ask questions that is not related to study abroad is at the tail end, like when I'm done with study abroad questions, then we can talk about life issues in general. But for now, anything at all you can ask. So going back to Victor, imagine if you apply 1 month to your start date and your visa, God forbid, I'm not saying it's going to be denied, but let's say that happens. How would you be able to, get things right again? Do you understand? Because you need to reapply. And if you reapply, you might not find a date that suits you. You might not find a date that will match your start date. Most times when people, even if you go on the appointment date to check now, you can see that the dates you'll be seeing might even be 1 month close to your start date. That is why I tell people the moment you get a visa, your admission, the next thing for you to do is just go ahead and apply and choose a date. You have the option to choose a date 3 months from now or choose a date 1 month from now. But I'll say choose apply for that, book a visa appointment 3 months, at least 3 months before the start date, so that you have time for any eventualities that may present themselves. You understand what I mean? So don't always think, okay, I still have time. Oh my God. You only should relax when you have been approved. When your visa has been approved, then you can relax and be like, okay, I will not travel now. I'll travel maybe a week to my start date, or I will travel 2 weeks to my start date. Again, I have a video where I told you, I explained everything you have to do once you arrive, before you even take your trip, or after your visa has been approved. So search through my channel to watch those videos and understand what you're supposed to do as well. Then again, ensure that you are, you've joined my mailing list. My mailing list is where I share never before heard stories about my journey here in the United States of America, and also share useful resources that do not make it here to YouTube. So click the link in my description down below and ensure that you subscribe to not just my mailing list, but also join our Telegram group to connect with other aspiring and current international students here in the United States of America. Victor, I believe I've answered your question. If you have more questions, please drop them in the live chat, or if you're watching this sometime, as a replay, leave your comments in the comment section as well. So I believe I've answered all the questions on here. So I'm going to go ahead to move on to the next thing we're talking about today. Funding. Which is funding? How do I find funding? Like, this is what I don't know, because everything, when I was trying to talk about this live session, I was like, what am I going to talk about? Because there's just so much questions I get on a daily basis. How can I find funding? So you people are asking, how can I find Funding. How can I find funding? Yeah, if you're coming here for your master's, and when I say coming here, as far as you're traveling outside of your home country, then it means you need money because you need to pay bills, you need to pay your tuition, um, you need to. Nelson, I see that you're here. Guys, you should also know that you can call in live and ask your questions live. But if you do not want to come in live, you can as well drop your questions in the live chat and I'll answer them accordingly. Okay. So if you're traveling outside of your home country for study abroad purposes, it is expensive. So it is advised that you come prepared. And one of the ways that you can come prepared is finding funding opportunities. Most people do not realize that within these schools, they have scholarships, they have funding, they have grants, they have things that you have to search for you to find them and for you to apply and even be considered for any of such. So one of the ways that you can find funding is actually to reach out to your professors. Reaching out to your professors. Somebody reached out to me on LinkedIn. If you're not following me on LinkedIn or if you have not connected, you can as well connect with me on LinkedIn and just utilize all the platforms that you can find me. And again, sign up to my mailing list so that you can receive useful resources. So the person that reached out to me on LinkedIn said, the person wanted to come to my school, UAB, right? And then he was asking to know if it is okay for him to first he was asking for funding opportunities. Are there funding opportunities? And I told him yes and no. Yes, because in every school, I want to believe, and I do believe that funding opportunities exist. But no, because that it exists doesn't mean that you will be considered for it or you'll be given for it. Given such. The thing that happens here is there's a season for application. And when you apply early, which is why I tell my clients that when you're applying for your admission, please apply early so that if there are funding opportunities there, and also people apply without knowing that applying for an admission is different from applying for funding opportunities. When you have applied for your admission, there is a form that you can fill to tell the school that I also want to be considered for your funding opportunities. And if you don't know these things, you just go and apply for an admission and you will get the admission if you meet the requirements, but you will not be considered for any sort of funding. That is why somebody who even applied, let's say the person applied in January, will not be considered for funding, or the person does not even receive any form of funding. But then somebody who applied maybe 2 weeks after or a month after, will now say, oh, I got funding, for my master's, even if it's not like a full ride kind of scholarship or funding. But then the person had like maybe $5,000 funding or scholarship or grant or something because you're not aware, because you didn't do the right things. And which is what I do, how I help you to find the right things, find the right school, get the right funding, even before you find yourself in the school. So you can join my mailing list, or you can book a session with me. The link is in my description down below, and I'll tell you all the secrets, all the tips, all the hacks that you can do to find such funding. But again, like I said, one of the things that you can do is to apply. When you're applying for your admission, you're also indicating interest in being considered for funding. Hi Chidima, I see you. Chidima Wanito, thank you for tuning in. That's the first thing. Then the second one would be for you to reach out to your professors as well. Guys, please leave your questions in the live chat and I will answer them. Hi, Agaigbe, thank you so much. Guys, ask your questions, drop your comments, drop them, and be as detailed as possible. You know that during my live sessions, I go, in depth into answering all of your questions. And this is where you get free advice, free service. You don't have to pay anything to get your questions answered. And again, you can call in. The link is here. You can call in. Let me drop the link again. I just dropped the link again. So you can click on that link and call in and talk to me live. So I have said 2 ways that Okay, I have a question. I have this question from Libra. Is Birmingham safe? I hear they were dangerous tornadoes recently. That's right. Even my friends, I was worried about them. I was thinking, oh my God, it was pretty hard. In the past weeks, like the tornado was pretty hard. I was speaking with them. And guys, if you also want me to make a video about how to stay safe during, because when most of us we come from like Africa, and I want to believe, no, I have people from the US, I have people from India, I have people, but if you want me to make a video about how you can protect yourself during these disasters, because we're not used to such where we're coming from. We don't have tornadoes in Nigeria. We don't even have earthquakes in Nigeria, but these things happen. We don't even have snow in Nigeria or your country. So if you want me to make a video about the things you need to do, how you can prepare yourself for such events, or even when it's happening, how you can stay safe, also let me know in the live chat as well, and I will make that video and upload it. So talking about Birmingham being safe, Birmingham is a safe city. I can tell you this because I lived there for 2 years, and I didn't even witness any tornado until I left, which this tornado thing just happened like last week, or so. But about Birmingham being safe in terms of security, it is a safe city. But I want to believe that any city out there, you just also have to be security conscious. Like there are things you have to do as an individual to ensure that you're safe, or you're not at the wrong place, or at the right place at the wrong time, or at the wrong place at the wrong time. As an individual, like for me, when I was in Birmingham, this is my route. I go to school, and then when I go to school, I stay in the school till maybe late in the night, because from 9 p.m. The University of Alabama at Birmingham, they have a shuttle bus that will transport you from the school back to your apartment. Again, your apartment has to be within the route. So we have route. So if it is too far from the school, you might not be able to receive that service. But I had friends who would use my apartment address and then impute it into the platform, so that they can still get the service. So so if you're living far away from school and you still want to use that service, you can use your friend's apartment address and then stop over at your friend and maybe pass the night and leave the next day. Okay. So in terms of security, I knew that if I stayed in school for longer hours, I just have to wait till about 9 so that I can get that, bus that will take me directly to my apartment. Also, if I wake up very early in the morning, I've gone to school 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I also would call the school bus, and then they'll come pick me up from my apartment and then take me back to school. So my route was pretty much between my apartment to school to church, and then maybe I needed to get grocery. So I didn't go anywhere. I went for my first party like 18 months after my stay in Birmingham, and that was because I was forced. People go out, not that people do not go out, but I know what works for me. I'm not that type, and my kind of fun isn't really partying, because I'm not the alcohol type. I'm not I'm just so different. So I was also being careful, because I don't want to go someplace that I didn't have anybody around. I just was also very careful. So you have to be careful as an individual to even be safe, which is why all the things we hear of bad things happening around in the world, it's not that they don't have the police, it's not that they don't have, anti-cult, or it's not that they don't have, vigilante or things like that, but, either they were at the wrong place at the wrong time, or the right place at the wrong time, or just something. So you have to be very careful. So is Birmingham safe? Birmingham is absolutely safe, but you also need to have that security consciousness as an individual to stay safe. So yeah, next question. Please drop your questions in the live chat or in the comments if you're watching this video as a replay, or you can as well call into this live and you'll be here. They'll be seeing the two of us as well. The link is in the live chat, so please utilize that. Hi, Debbie. I see that you're here. Thank you. Please, guys, represent your country in the comments. I have people from South Africa. I have people from Ghana. I have people from, Longwabo is coming in. Guys, let me just quickly answer one question and then I'm going to, Longwabo is here. Oh my God, this is going to be fun because I want to be having like, Longwabo, this is a date with you every Saturday. So let me just answer one question quickly. Victor says, Oluwaseun, I'm from Ghana. Guys, you can also have friends, make friends. I'm so happy to have you guys here. So I want to see another question from, okay. This is a question from Daniel. Daniel is watching from Facebook. So thank you, Daniel, for tuning in. Please, based on your knowledge, is Ohio University a good public university with good ranking? How can I answer a why the US question? So Daniel, I am glad you asked this question. So this is his question, guys. I hope you can see it. Please, based on your knowledge, is Ohio University a good public university with good ranking? How can I answer a wide university question? One question that I keep getting recently in my Telegram group, again, Daniel, if you're not a part of my Telegram group, I'd advise you to click the link in my description down below and join my Telegram group. But one thing that I'll say to you is, there's not a question of a good public university or a good ranking university. I know it's important because it helps tell your story better. But again, if your school is ranked number one and it is the best public research university in that state, and you're not able to, convince the consular officer that this is what it is, your visa will be denied. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So focus more on how you can actually tell your story, how you can convince the consular officer. Again, why the university? Let me answer your question. A good university or public university is a university that actually helps you to achieve your career goal. So if you're going, like for my school, UAB, I chose it because they were good in terms of like cybersecurity, and then in terms of research, they're number one, and they have been the number one best university in the US for 2 consecutive years. What's wrong with me? Young university. So a young university in the United States of America is a university that's 50 years old. So they've been number one for over 2 years. So again, in terms of security, they are number one in the state on research. So is that university tailored to what you're going there for? That to me is a good public or private or any kind of university. And again, is the ranking is really, really, except you're going to a college, and then I'm like, why are people going to a community college? Because it's pretty much like, and you already have a bachelor's and you want to go for your master's, or you want to start have a diploma at a college, then it just does not make sense. But if you want more questions, answers to this, join my Telegram group or reach out to me. Yeah, join my Telegram group so you can reach out to me one-on-one or book a session with me, and I'll help you tailor your questions, guide you and provide, strategic answers that you can provide at the embassy. Another question that you asked me is why the US question. If you go through my channel, I have a dedicated video about how you can answer that question, and I provided all the answers. It wasn't like me talking about it. I narrated the things that you should see, and I even gave answers that you can use, and the things that you're supposed to say, because there are things that you can say, there are things that you cannot say, not that they are bad, but because they're not strategic. So go through my channel and you'll see those that video, and that video will definitely help you. So I want to receive, before I go into asking more, accepting more questions, I'm going to add Longwabo here, because why not? Because why not? Hey, Longwabo. Oh my God, I can't believe that we're here now.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful job you're doing, Val.
Oh my God, thank you so
my
much.
word.
I'm so glad
Beautiful to watch. It's really so beautiful to watch that you're making it and you're bringing everyone along for the ride. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
Thank you. So I'm just, as you're talking, I'm actually videoing with my phone because I want to keep this, even though I still have the video. So guys, in case you don't know, Longwabo is someone I met. I had my first ever YouTube channel. That one has been taken down. I had over almost 2 million views on that channel and over like almost 9K subscribers on that channel. So Longwabo is Even if you don't, you will. You are. She was my channel analyst there. So every Saturday we hold live sessions, and we just met and connected on YouTube. That's why, wherever you find yourself, be open-minded. You never know. Tomorrow, if I get to South Africa, she's the first person I want to see. She's the first person I want to call. And the good thing about Lonwabo is that maybe she would introduce herself, of course, but Lonwabo is a PhD student in South Africa. So she's the right person to actually talk to you guys today. So Lonwabo, please introduce yourself and tell us more. And I'm going to have a personal, like a dedicated session with you so you can share your PhD journey with us. That'll be what we're doing next Saturday. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about everything PhD, finding the right schools, especially tailored to South Africa. So that's what we're going to do next week. So now. So please introduce yourself and just share something with my viewers.
Oh, thank you so much, Val. So as Val mentioned, I'm Lonwabo Makapela from South Africa. I'm a PhD student in human resource management at the University of Pretoria. And Val, I want to make use of your wonderful services because I want to come through for 1 year as a scholar. So I'm really interested in that. So yes, like Val said, I met her through her platform here, and just admiring the wonderful work that she does and just her contribution to, the youth in Nigeria is so beautiful to watch. So I'm always trying to tune in. I was here last week, but briefly.
Yeah.
So I'm always just like, whenever I see that there's a live going on with you, I always just come in just for a few seconds just to see how you're doing. And then sometimes I might not comment, but I really see everything that you're doing. So yes, today is my first day off. I don't know. I'm taking a bit of a break from my studies just for today. So that's what I do. My research is mainly in gender and diversity, focusing more on like inclusion within the workplace. Here in South Africa. As people might know, we have a very interesting dynamic racially here in South Africa. So I feel that it's important to add on to the literature of how to ensure that everyone, every race, every gender, every abled or disabled person is feeling included within the organization, because I feel that that strengthens the performance of the organization. So that's what my research is about. So yes. Thank you, Val.
I am so excited, and I kind of like your research topic and what you're doing. You know that I'm your number one fan, really. So that's why I want to have a dedicated session with you for people who are interested in studying in South Africa, or people who are interested in the human resources as a course or major, or people who are just generally interested in knowing more about your research, what you do, how did you even go about it? Because I know that let me just give a snippet. I know that when we were talking the first time, it was hard for you to find a professor that was going to supervise you. So how did that happen? Your journey so far in terms of academics, because I also know she's a first class graduate. Like, guys, it's just been an amazing, experience having a South African friend. And I remember that one time I had this interview with a South African, and I called her. I'm like, "Don't worry, I need your help." And it's like, "What is it?" I'm like, "I need to learn how to say maybe good morning or how are you or something." And then she taught me, "Mulweni mama." Ninja. I've forgotten the last I've forgotten that, but please just correct me on that as well.
That is correct, Val. Molweni mama ninjani.
Ninja.
Yeah.
So, and it really helped, kick off my interview. The lady smiled. I could see that she was smiling when I said, even though it was a phone interview. So it's important that you connect with people on various platforms for the right purposes and the right things. It's funny how we met on, issues about just having entertainment, Big Brother Naija, but we turned it not just, having to discuss those things, but also to discuss education, inclusion, advancement, politics, because we also did discuss that. And she does know that she's supporting me, like Valeen, yeah, first female president of Nigeria and things like that. So it's amazing. And I want you guys to connect with us next week, Saturday, for a deep dive into her journey, getting a PhD right now, and everything in between, and life in South Africa as well. And you'll be having her here like every other Saturday if she's available. So thank you so much, Nonwabo. And
thank you so much.
So,
yeah, and to add on to that, it's the first time we're actually talking like this. So
exactly.
It feels good.
Because we tried, and she said, Valeen, I'm sorry, I can't come on. I have tried severally to have her come on a platform like this, and even Instagram. I said, Valeen, sorry, I love you so much, but it's not happening. So I'm happy that she's here. I'm happy that she's here. So I know so many people are here and they're asking questions, and so I'm just going to go ahead and answer those questions, and we'll have to, miss Lonwabo's beautiful face for a while we keep answering our questions. Okay.
Oh, bye, Val. Enjoy.
Bye. So yes, guys, let's go back to your questions. And guys, if you have more questions about studying in South Africa, having a PhD in South Africa, finding a supervisor or a research topic or anything that has to do with something related to human resources, gender equality, and things like that, then you have to keep next Saturday a date with myself and Lonwabo from South Africa. Okay. Of course, she's a first-class graduate, so she'll be spilling facts and spilling knowledge. So ensure that you're with us next week. So let me answer the next question. Here I have, okay, this is a question from Victor Zanconi. Please, which airline will you recommend to someone on a budget? Please, which airline will you recommend to someone on a budget? Where are you coming from? Are you coming from Nigeria? Are you coming from Kenya? Are you coming from Ghana? Are you coming from London? Where are you coming from? And where are you going to, or are you going to the United States of America? Also, when I made a video about the things you have to do immediately your visa has been approved, and that video is also on my channel, so please ensure that you watch that video as well. But if you're somebody on a budget, what is your budget? And the reason why I also tell people to go for their visa appointment early enough, like at least 3 months before your start date, is if you go for your visa appointment, and your visa is approved, it gives you time to book your flight ahead, which means that you pay way less than somebody who just, got the visa a month ago or 2 weeks ago, and then you have 1 week to travel, or you have 2 weeks to travel. You end up spending over ₦1 million just to travel from Nigeria to the US. But if you go for your interview 3 months before and you find that your visa was approved and you apply immediately, which is one of the things I listed that you can do the moment your visa has been approved, you book your flight immediately, you will cut that money in by 3. You cut that money by 3 or by 2, depending on what is going on during, the time. So I've interviewed people who got here this December and in January, and they spent like $400,000. So what is your budget? So when you're talking about how can I find a cheap flight or a cheap budget, it's pretty much everywhere. There are so many things tied to that. I will not tell you, Delta, because Delta is expensive. I mean, Air France is expensive. What is this other flight airline? I can't remember. Why is their name not on my head right now? The one that goes through Ethiopia and Dubai, I think that one is not as expensive. But again, there are things, if you're looking for a cheap airline, you will spend more days, right? And then your routes would be more. They'll drop you here like maybe 4 routes until you get to your destination, plus you spend more days. And then there are people, like there are airlines that will just take you straight from Nigeria to the US, but it will cost you more. And then there are some that will stop in their home, their headquarters, where their headquarters is located. They'll stop there first. So there's a lot. So if you want to, swerve more to the budget-friendly airlines, also know that you might also have to have a lot of patience, and you also need to go early because you might spend more days. So you are spending maybe 4 days on the trip, and so you have to ensure that your flight is a lot earlier than your start date, so that you don't say you are going 3 days to your start date and the flight is going to like take you 4 days. Do you understand what I mean? So, but one question is, what is your budget? If your budget is like 500,000, all you have to do is go to, let's do this again. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen to show you something I'm talking about. So you can just go here and type in cheap flights to the USA from Nigeria, or cheap airline, sorry. So you see the list. I don't know if you guys can see me, but you see the, let me show you this. You see that it gives you Ethiopia Air, Turkish Airlines, British Airways. There's this Etihad Airways as well. And it just gives you a list and tells you how much. The cheapest on here is $700. You see $726. You see $775. You see $950. So you just see that. But what you have to do is ensure that you're tailoring your search to your budget, to that budget. So I won't tell you this is the cheapest airline for you to go, because that'll be me promoting them anyway, but it doesn't really matter. I'll tell you to do something that tailors it to your search. Any airline that the price matches with your budget, that is the best airline. And I've actually shown you how you can go about searching for that airline on Google. If you want, me to also help you out with that, please sign up for any of my service, book a consultation. The link is in my description, and we can talk about everything. I can give you action plans, how you should go about it, and even how you can even get something a lot more cheaper than your budget. So utilize the link in my description and ensure that, you sign up to my mailing list as well. The mailing list, guys, is in my description down below. So if you have joined my mailing list, please let me know. I have questions coming here. The link, I see that so many people are asking for my link. The link is in my description down below in my on YouTube. So ensure that you're using that. The next question, let me answer the next question. The next question, oh, Debbie, I see you people. Okay, so yeah, I have a question from Daniel. Is UA in Birmingham different from UA in Tuscaloosa? So, very good question, because most times people think I am in UA. I'm actually not in UA. There's a difference between UA and UAB. So there's no UA, yeah, because you put UA in Birmingham, so it's okay. So we have UAB and we have UA. So we have University of Alabama, which is located in Tuscaloosa. Then we have University of Alabama at Birmingham, which is UAB. By the name, by the title, you already know that it is located in Birmingham. So there are two different universities, but they are located in two different places as well. So there's no relationship between them. The relationship is that they are, you see the way we have ASU in Nigeria, and then you have schools that are ASU inclined, schools that are signed up with ASU. That's how UAB and UA, they're like, I don't know what they call it school system. I think they're in the same school system or something, but they are totally different schools. So ensure that you know that, because most times people think that I'm in UA, and so they go and apply to UA. UA is a good school if you want to go there. But if you want to go to my school because, oh, Valeen is there and I've said so much about UAB, I'll always be a blazer for life. So, and I'm proud of them. So if you want to apply to my school because you've seen me talk about my school, then I would advise you to apply to UAB, not UA, because you'll be applying to the wrong school. You can only apply to UA if that's what you want or that fits your career path or whatever it is you're trying to achieve. I have somebody here, Delish has been here, or he has been here. I don't know if he's a guy or a girl. So I'm going to go ahead and admit him into my chat. Hi, Deli. Hi, Deli. Is Delhi still here or we've lost Delhi? Okay, it seems we lost her or him. So the next question I'm going to answer is, can I tell the VO that I'd be staying at a friend's place in Houston, Texas before proceeding to my school in Athens, Ohio? The thing with this is that it's tricky. Most times they feel like, oh, this person is not really coming to school. Do you understand? Because they have just this at the back of their mind that maybe everybody that's coming is not really coming to school. Why do you not want to stop in your school? You want to stop somewhere else or anything? Not that it is wrong. Not that it is wrong. If they ask you, absolutely tell them the truth and have documentation, have backup, have your friend's email or letter or address or anything that shows ties to that friend, and also have like maybe a connecting flight that will take you back to maybe your to Athens in Ohio, right? For me, when I was coming, my school is in Birmingham and is located in Texas. Is in Birmingham in Alabama state, right? But I stopped in Houston, Texas, and I arrived here December 30th, and then I left here January 2nd for Birmingham. So it wasn't a problem. It's not a huge deal, but just have things, documentation. I have people that when they got to the port of entry or point of entry, because one thing is for your visa to be approved, another thing is for them to allow you, to admit you, to grant you access to the United States, to cross over. Do you understand? At the port of entry. So they will ask you more questions. So I've also interviewed someone on this channel that said, go and watch the interview between myself and Chidebere. He said that when he got there, they asked him questions. It was even a problem for him because they felt he was lying and things like that. But he consistently maintained his word that I'm going to spend Christmas with my friend here, but I'm going back to school. And then they were not asking him, have you paid the money that you're supposed to pay to your school and things like that? Just have documentations. And then I heard also that somebody was denied, was asked to go back. He was deported because the person he said he was going to meet, they kept calling the person was not picking up. So there is a lot that goes on with it, but just have enough backing. Let your friend, whoever you're going to stay with, that's if after you've passed to, that you're going to stay with, the person's phone should be active just in case anything happens. So I hope that is helpful and I have answered your question. We have another question from Victor Zanconi. Guys, you can call in as well. Delhi, if you're here, I admitted you earlier, but we lost you for some reason. If you're back, just let me know in the live chat and I will admit you. I have a private chat. Let me quickly check it in. Oh, hi, please tell us the documents they asked at each checkpoint from the consulate gate to the point of interview. Thank you. So guys, you can also send me a private chat. A private chat, really, I cannot share it on the screen. So I'll prefer if you can just send me like a public chat that I can share on the screen so that everybody will benefit. And those who are watching this, like a replay video of this live session, can as well benefit from it. So the person is asking that, what documentations do you need at for your visa interview? And I think I made a dedicated video on this as well on my channel. Like that video is over 20 minutes. I shared everything from start to finish. The documentations you need. Of course, you need your international passport, you need your admission letter, you need your bank statement from your sponsor, you need your if you also need to find, if you are somebody who is not sure how the bank statement should look like, how you can answer questions about your proof of funds, how you can answer questions about your home ties, just click the link in my description to book a consultation with me and I will help you walk through that. I'll hold a 30-minute session with you. If you want it to be 1 hour, if you want it to be more, I'll hold that session with you. Just pay for it and I'll help you tailor your questions, your responses as well to suit your questions and how you can respond better at the embassy so that you can pass your visa interview. You can also sign up for my Pass My Visa Interview 1 hour Zoom session to test out your preparedness for the visa interview process as well. So let me quickly, before we go further into listing out, let me add that so that you can book a consultation with me. So you also need to have with you your any email conversations you've had with anybody before. Like maybe you had an email conversation with your professors. Have it, because you never know the questions that they're going to ask you as well. If you guys need me to make a video, I think I made a video sharing my experience as well, how I was able to pass my visa interview in less than 3 minutes. It's on my channel right now. If you check through my YouTube channel, you will see that video, and believe me, it's going to help you. But if you also want, like, I know there are people here who are struggling with maybe either asking questions publicly or struggling with, their study abroad journey. And if you need help, if you need guidance, if you need, your confusion to just, become productivity, turn your confusion to productivity, you can as well book me and consult me to help you out. And please join my mailing list. The link is in my description down below. You will receive never heard before stories about my life here and useful resources that do not make it to my YouTube channel. So let me quickly, I think I've answered that question to a large extent, but if you want more, go through my channel and you see a dedicated video on that question and other questions about your visa interview as well on my channel. So the next question, I'm going to take one more question and then I'll move over to the next topic on my list for today, which is networking. So let me answer the next question. Okay, I have my I-20. Let me show this question. The question is also from Victor. Victor, you have been very engaging. Thank you so much. Okay, I have my I-20. I have finished almost everything, paid my service fee. The only thing left is to schedule my interview. And I think people were, Oluwaseun answered you. Oluwaseun, this is Oluwaseun's response to you. Go ahead and schedule, please, okay? Then he also went for that to say, the earlier the better. Oluwaseun is on my my Telegram group. So there's so many benefits of being in my Telegram group. So ensure that you're also part of that Telegram group. Click the link in my description to join the Telegram group. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. Let me quickly share our social media handles on here so you guys can follow us on, this is our Facebook. It's on the screen right now. My Facebook page is there. This is my Twitter for the same network, Study Abroad Made Easy Network. And this is our Facebook page as well. And pretty much the same thing. Search for the same network on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And then this is our Facebook group as well. Join the groups. Just join all of our platforms so that you don't miss out. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. Utilize our services. Book a professional consultation where I can help you, guide you one-on-one, provide one-on-one services to you. So that will be very helpful. And I can answer all of those, questions that you don't want to ask here on YouTube, and even prepare you to ace your visa interview as well. So let's go back to the questions that I'm seeing on here. Nana says she's from Ghana. Thank you, Nana. Thank you for the support. I really do appreciate. So Nana's question, hi, okay. Hi guys, anyone from Ghana going through the visa application process this cycle? So Nana, one thing that can help you is to join our Telegram group. We have people all over Africa and all over the world in that Telegram group. We have people from 15 countries in that Telegram group, as at the last time I checked. And we also have a lot of people from Ghana. In fact, Debbie, who was here a while ago, was like, Valeen, you're doing something great. Because she just asked a question in the group, do we have people from Ghana on here? And she asked for them to, respond, and they responded, and she was just marveled at the fact that she would never have been able to connect with such people if not that they were, members of my Telegram group. So to be a member of my Telegram group, now that it is free, click the link in my description down below and join that group. So yes, there are people not just here on the live chat. We have people as well in the Telegram group. So Libra, your question is, Ohio is a good school, but Daniel, in USA, if it is too expensive, it is not worth it. If student loans are a scam here, cheaper college anywhere else is better. The only time it matters is if you are in the top 10. There's a lot of things you said here. I don't know if it is some of them. I don't know. When you say like the only time it matters is if you are in the top 10. The only time what matters, are you talking about the schools here that if you're not ranked from number 1 to number 10, then it's a problem? Or what are you saying there? If you can get a cheaper school, why not? But the thing with colleges is that it's hard for you to get a visa, because imagine graduating in Nigeria or Ghana, you have your bachelor's, right? And then you are going to a college. A college is like a polytechnic in Nigeria. So if you're coming to me and I'm your consular officer, I want to put one-on-one together and be like, it just does not make sense. If you're coming back to the US to go back for your bachelor's, I will understand. It happens. Maybe your first degree, your parents forced you to do that course, or you just didn't like it, or something happened along the way. It happens. But that you're coming to do your diploma, it's like people leave, they go higher. It's like education is something that you take one step, two step, three step. You don't take four steps and then you want to go back to, why haven't you gone back to your kindergarten? So it's not like it doesn't happen. It does happen, but rarely. And so the way the consular officer is looking at it is like, it's a red flag. Let me just be honest. It's a red flag. So I advise my students and my clients to try as much as possible to apply to universities, no matter how cheap the university is. It's better to choose the cheapest of the universities than to apply to a college. But if the only resort is going to a college, then you can. If you just finished high school and you want to go to a college, it makes sense. But if you want like more answers to this to help you decide the right thing to do, also book a consultation with me, and the link is in my description down below, or you can shoot me an email at valeenovarah@gmail.com. So let's move on to one more question. Victor Zanconi. Victor, please subscribe to our Telegram group. Libra, subscribe to our Telegram group. Yeah, thank you, Debbie, for asking them if they belong to the Telegram group, because it's important. Oh, Nana, thank you for joining. I see that people are. Victor, kindly join our Telegram group if you are not here already. Okay, so I have another question here from Victor as well. So, okay, so you can be granted visa within 120 days of your start date. Please, what if I attend the interview now more than the 120 days? What happens when I get approved? So again, there's no time limit as to when you can apply for your visa. The moment your your admission, you receive an admission offer, you pay the required fees, service fee, you apply on, you can immediately apply for your visa interview. There's no timeline, to the best of my knowledge, as to it has to be 3 months before. I'm just saying, because there are people who get an admission offer and then they want to wait 1 month to their start date to apply. I'm saying that is wrong. I'm saying that's why you have to start your admission process early. Most times, the reason why people apply late is because it's either they started late in their admission application. So by the time they get an admission, it's maybe 1 month to their start date. So my advice is always to find out the application period, application deadlines for a particular school or for a particular country that you're interested in, and apply early, so that not only would you be considered for funding, but as well, it gives you time to prepare. It gives you time to go to the embassy early. It gives you time to either get approved, or if for any reason you're, denied, you can reapply. So there's no timeline as to when, but once your visa is approved, you have 1 month. You can move into that country, come to the US, within 30 days of your start date. So let's say my visa was approved April 1st, and my start date is May 12th. I can decide to go to the United States, let's say 5th of April or 7th of April or April 15th. I can go 1 month before my start date. That is where you have deadline. If your visa is approved, let's say 2 months before your start date, you cannot go to you cannot enter the US 2 months before. You can only enter 1 month before your start date. Does that make sense? But as to the timeline for your visa application, there's none. The moment your admission is approved, then you can apply. So yeah, but the Telegram group, the link is in my videos, any of my YouTube videos, even this one, or just go through my YouTube channel, click on my recent videos, check through the description. Just click on the description. You see where you see the title of a video. Let me put the question. You see where you see the title of a video. When you click on that title, it will just give you a drop down, the description. And when you check through that description, you will see the link to join my mailing list, the link to join my Telegram group, the link to join my, my Facebook group. All of those links are listed on there. So if you're having that issue, if you're someone who's like, oh, how do I join the Telegram group? How do I join the mailing list? That is the answer to that as well. Okay, so I have a question from Ayola Ayodeji. If you want to ask questions, let me drop the link again. You can ask. I just dropped the link in the live chat. So you can click on that link and then it will take you, it will just make you appear here. You'll be live with me and then you can ask a question and I can give you like live responses as well. So let me see if I have another. Yeah, you can as well put it. So Ayola is also asking, can we put it here? Yeah, you can also put it here in the live chat. Ask your questions in the live chat and I'll get to respond to your questions as well. So I'm going to move forward to my other. Let me just quickly go to the next thing. Let's talk about networking. Before I answer, so be dropping your comments or your questions in the live chat while I just walk through the next topic for today, networking. Networking is very important as an international student. I think it's important that you understand that when you're coming here, I don't know, but when we come here, the first things in our head is like, we only want to network with the people from our countries. So let's say you're from South Africa, you only want to like network with people from South Africa, or you only want to network with people from Nigeria if you're Nigerian, or you only want to network with Indians if you're Indian. But that is not right entirely. There are several categories of people that you should network with when you come here, because what a South African may not be able to do for you as a South African, if you are South African, is a Nigerian might be able to do it for you, or an American might be able to do it for you, or an Indian might be able to do it for you. But when you just limit your circle to just the people from your country, then you're also limiting the chances of your support, your help, your funding, your answers, or so many, even job hunting. So it's important that when you come here, try to network with so many people as much as you can. I'm not saying be friends with everybody, but be strategic with the people you are friends with. I would say your country people will definitely be your number one. Like, they will always be friends with you. It will be easier for you to relate with them. But that should be like the last category of people you become friends with, because it's like they are last, but they're actually first. That's the first people you meet, or they'll tell you, even in the school, they'll tell you, we have this South African, we have this Indian. They'll just refer you to people from your country so that you can adjust easily or feel comfortable in a way. So even though I'm saying that should be the last thing, it is really, in all honesty, the first set of people that you connect with, which is the people from your home country. But to be proactive, I would say, is for you to like go outside of that country circle. Connect with Americans. If you're going to an American school, connect with Americans. The American will tell you the things that work for Americans. They'll tell you how the system works. They'll tell you, oh, when is the job search, phase or season. They'll tell you those things that you may not necessarily know. If I'm in Nigerian and somebody else is coming from maybe South Africa to Nigeria, I'll have more ideas as to how the system works in terms of finding a job, buying a house, investments. It's just natural. So you want to have those people, because most times you want to come here and not necessarily go back. You want to be able to stay, get a job, live here and things like that. So you want to have Americans as your friends. So if you're in Canada, you want to have Canadians as your friends. If you are in India, I want to have Indians as your friends. So the country of your where you're studying, you should have those people, make friends with such people as well. The second people you have to make friends with will be your professors, whether they are Americans, Indians, Nigerians, whoever. Just connect with them, network with them. So I'm not going to share more on this because we are over 1 hour today on this live, and usually our live is about 2 hours, 1 hour 30 minutes, but I'm saying almost times 2 hours. But if I go deep into answering this question or this talking about this topic, then we'll not go. I will not answer all of your questions, and I want to answer more questions from you people. So keep dropping your questions down below, and we can talk about it. And I'll make a different video on YouTube to talk about the categories of people that you should be friends with when you arrive. If you want that video, let me know, or I'll send a newsletter about that. Please join my Telegram group. I think I'll send a newsletter on that. So join my, not my Telegram group, I was saying, but as well, join my Telegram group. I'm saying join my mailing list. The link is in the description. So when you check through my videos on YouTube, check through my description, you see the links to my mailing list, join it, to my Telegram group, join it, to all of my other channels, join my social media platforms, follow me and connect and engage. And most importantly, to book a session with me. So if you want to consult me for anything, any service, study abroad related, or even productivity and life, because I'm an academic coach and productivity coach. So if you want to utilize any of those services, the link is in my description, or you can send me an email if you don't find the link, or even shoot me a message on my Instagram, or if you're on Telegram too, you can shoot me a message. Oh, Valeen, I didn't see your consultation link. How can I book a session with you? And then I'll send the link to you. You can pay, and then you have a one-on-one session with me, asking your own questions and getting feedbacks, and identifying your areas of strengths and weaknesses on any topic that you want answers to. So let me answer more questions here. Okay. So I have a question from Ayola. For the proof of funds, how do you prove to the consular that the person that is sponsoring you is not a family member? There are several scenarios that you can prove that. Now, your sponsor, I think one myth about study abroad, or one myth about getting your visa that we have as in aspiring international students, is that we believe that the only person that can sponsor you is your family member. So it is either your mother, your father, your brother, or your sister. But that's wrong. That is totally wrong. Anybody can actually sponsor you, but there's a caveat to that. The person that is sponsoring you, what is your relationship with that person? The person can be your uncle. The person can be your boss at work. The person can be your king in your community. Do you know that? Most people do not. That's why I keep telling people, book a consultation with me so that you know, or join my mailing list so that I can share those never heard or seen before stories, or tips and hacks that you never find on my YouTube channel. Join the mailing list. People do not even understand that even their own community king can sponsor them, or that your friend can actually sponsor you. Do you know that you have friends that they believe in you and all of that? The only thing is you must be able to prove your relationship with that person. How can you prove your relationship with that person? You see why you take photos, you have your phone, and then you're taking photos. That is something beautiful that you can tender to say, oh, this is my relation, this is my friend of over 8 years. And we've known ourselves for this long, and she is working here and she's ready to sponsor me. Your friend's family can sponsor you. Do you know that there are people who are best friends or so close, the way that you have that relationship with their daughter or their son, and then they'd be like, wow, this person has potential. They see potential in you, and then they'd be like, or maybe your friend talks to their father and be like, daddy, please, can you sponsor my friend? She has a scholarship, an admission abroad, and then maybe the family decide to sponsor you. How then can you show that connection or that relationship with that? That's my English. I'm tired and I don't have water around me. How then can you show that tie to that family or that person? So first thing, I've demystified the fact that your sponsor doesn't have to be your family alone. It can be anybody. The second thing is that how can you show or prove that that person that is sponsoring you is not really a member of your family? That's the question you're asking, right? You can show that through pictures, through email conversations. And again, you know that there are documentations that is expected from somebody that is acting as a sponsor for your study abroad journey, right? So there are certain documentations that is expected. If that person can provide such documentation, that is the proof you need. So by that, anything else I'm going to tell you will be extra. And so if you want to know those extra things that you can add, you can book a consultation with me. And the link again is in my description. If you want me to put it here, or just join my Telegram group or join my mailing list so I can send the link to you. I see that people are asking about the link, but I will add the link here. If I go out of here to look for the link, you might not be seeing me. You see something empty. So I cannot add the link on here. The only link that I have copied so far, which is something that I have noted that next time when I'm having this live session, I need to have all of my links together so that I can just be giving it to you. The only link that I can copy and paste is the link to call in. So if you need extra to know more about how you can prove such ties, because proof of fund is very important, then book a consultation with me. But if your sponsor can provide a bank statement, which is at least 6 months, no, at most 6 months, like, let's say your interview is in June, and then you can provide a bank statement that shows from January to maybe May, right? You're fine. If you also have an affidavit of support from that sponsor, if that person can provide you an affidavit of support, that's another one. Then, letter of sponsorship. So those are the key 3 documentations that they have to provide, which you have to go with you to the embassy. But if you book a consultation with me, I'll share with you the other things that you can add to tell that story right. All right, I believe I've answered your question, Ayodeji. Also, be a part of my Telegram group if you aren't already. But I know that Ayola has been, I think Ayola is in my Telegram group. I have a question here. Angel Ann Adesina, could you send a link to book the consultation because I can't find it in the description? Oh, really? Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. If the link to my consultation page is not in my description, I am so sorry, but please join my Telegram group and I'll send the link to you. Okay, join my Telegram group, and in the Telegram, also join my mailing list. In the Telegram group, I will just say, Valeen, this is me from your YouTube live session, and I'd like to have a link to your consultation page. Just leave it there. When I'm done with my live session, you can join now and just go and drop the comment in my Telegram group. And once I'm done, I will send the link to you, or you can email me. Let me quickly, so to book it, I think that's what I should do so that I don't at gmail.com. So you can send me an email immediately. So that should also serve valeenovarah@gmail.com. Just send me an email. I think it's best you shoot me an email. Shoot me an email and tell me to send you the link to my consultation page, and I will share that with you as well. I apologize if everybody that has been checking through the consultation page did not find it on there. I'm really, really sorry. I thought it was there, but please apologize, because I was learning how to use this software the whole of yesterday, and I forgot to do certain things. So the next question is, so Angel Ann, that's a cute name, by the way. And I see Adesina, that's Nigerian. Are you watching from Nigeria? And if you're watching me and you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on all of my social media platforms. The links again are in my description. So let me answer the next question. The next question from Ayola is, what are the major, first of all, are you guys aware that you can call in? To call in, the link is here. So if you want to come live, you can call in, and the link is here. I just added the link. What are the major jobs graduate students do to fund their tuition? Oh my God. I think I made a video that answered this question, to be honest. I made a video where I talked about 10 part-time jobs that you can do as an international student in the USA. That video answered all of the questions. Like it answered this question and even added JARA. So if you watch that video, you see all of the options that I mentioned on there, so that I don't keep, repeating myself. I think it's best to just go to my channel. I should have even been using my phone, but that would be a lot of work. But just go through my channel and check. You can search on my channel. Just go to the search bar and type in 10 part-time jobs for international students. It will pop up, and watch that video. You see everything that you can do to support yourself as an international student in graduate school. So the next question is, this next question is also from Ayola. Thank you so much for asking questions and being engaging and all of that. I really do appreciate it. The next question from Ayola is this: is it really easy getting an A in a grad school, 96 plus? It's really scary not getting an A after paying so much tuition. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a video out of that to answer that question in particular, because I also realized that I haven't shared my how do I call it? My degree with you people on my channel. And I don't want to reveal it on here, but I'm making a job series, like a job hunting series that will start from next week. And I'm also going to make a productivity series which covers how to get an A and how easy it is. But let me tell you something, it's not easy. So let me just be quick with this one. It's not easy. And let me take a screenshot because I don't want to forget. It's not easy to have an A in grad school. The reason why it is not easy is because, first off, it is grad school. So it is expected that you have some sort of background in that major that you're going for, which is why it's a lot harder for people who are transitioning from one major to the other. Like I gave the example of someone who is maybe an assumed person who is transitioning from computer science to social work. While it might look like it is a lot easier because there's not a lot of programming or coding in social work, that might be hard for that person because it's a totally different field and you might be required to take prerequisites. So you're not only going to be taking those prerequisites, you're also going to be taking it and taking your actual graduate courses. So even if you're someone who's not transitioning from anything, it's still like maybe, you had a background in computer science and you're now studying cybersecurity. It's still the same thing. But again, it depends on where you're coming from. If you have a strong background, it will still be hard for you because it's a different country and their educational system is totally different. And why it is hard is because you're taking maybe 3 to 4 courses, and each of those courses requires you to do excellently well. And every week or every other 2 weeks, you have assignments for all of these courses at the same time. So it is not easy. I'll make a dedicated video to even answer that question and how you can get around making an A. I aced all my courses and I think I had only 1 B. But I don't know. I can't say for sure now until I upload that video where I'll share my degree with you people and even share the reason why I had that B to begin with. So yeah, that you're paying a lot of tuition, which is why, again, I keep telling people, don't just come here because you want to come. Remember that it's a lot of money. Remember that it's a lot of hard work. Remember that it's a lot of pain. Remember that it's a lot of sweat, which is why I told you people my route really was just school, my apartment, church, and then grocery, because man must work, right? So it's important that you understand that when you come here, you know what brought you here. And you know that you and maybe the other American, the next American sitting next to you, you're not in the same category because your tuition is like 3 to 4 times higher. And maybe your parents borrowed or you took loan. So you people, you are not smiling and you not come Lagos to count bridge. Do you understand what I'm saying? It means that you have to be serious and you have to put in the work and you have to spend nights studying. Do you get me? So it is not easy, but it's not impossible. So that's my answer to that question. So which other question is here? I have a question from Victor. Guys, please drop your questions in the comments. This live session is going to end exactly in 30 minutes. Please, what if I schedule my visa interview and in between I receive an I-20 from another school, which I intend to enroll? What happens to my already submitted DS-160 form, service fee, etc.? I believe you can swap your application to suit the one that you want. You can cancel an appointment and then choose transfer that service to suit what the new one. But I think the best thing would be to either join my Telegram group or book a session with me, because I might have to do additional research on that. But I believe that since you've not gone for the interview, it is possible for you to, change that to suit the school that you now want to go, you now want it to be used for. All right. But again, you can also call the embassy to find out what to do in that situation. And one thing that I've noticed is that even during the pandemic, they were pretty much responsive in terms of replying to emails and taking their calls. If you're in my Telegram group or if you're in my mailing list, then you know that you already have the contacts to the embassy. So if you're not a part of any of these my platforms, then check through my description to join them and be a part of it. And of course, you can book a personal consultation with me to help you further. Okay, I have one more from this person. Please, how does someone defend the issue of having a brother who is, please, what's LPR? Because I don't know what LPR means. What's LPR? Jason Els, please, are you also subscribed to my channel and are you a part of my community? Well, oh, okay. You know these things, I learn new terms on a daily basis. So I knew that PR is permanent resident, but I'm like, I'm not going to come here and lie to you that I know what I don't know. So yeah, so you mean somebody who's here and is already on, PR status and everything. One thing, it doesn't really help because they'll feel like you're not going to come back. But I keep telling people that it is all about your act of storytelling. Every man has his own life to live, and everybody has a part. If because your brother is in the United States of America, then they deny you, it's totally, I don't think that would be a reason. The only reason would be that they feel that you are not able to convince them. Maybe during your question and answer session, you are not able to convince them that you're going to come back, especially because your brother is already, there as a PR person. So I also teach my clients how to go about answering this question and providing some sort of clarification as to why they will come back. But for you, is your brother going to be your sponsor? That's one question I want to ask you, Jason. Is your brother going to be your sponsor? Because if your brother is going to be your sponsor and is in the US, then he's going to, he's a US citizen, then he's going to sign a particular form. So you cannot even hide that. There are people that they have brothers here, but when they go to the embassy or even when they're filling their DS-160 form, they state that they do not want, they don't have any family here. And maybe because the person is not going to really sponsor them, they are able to get away with it. But I tell people, please do not lie, because if after some time you now come and say, oh, you now have a brother, these people, they have their records and they can fish out anything at any point in time. So be real and be truthful, be honest, be entirely sincere. Exactly. So if you are fully funded by the school, all you have to do, for you, I think it's almost like done. But one thing that you should also understand, that being fully funded does not guarantee that your visa would be approved. It is the way and manner you answer your questions at the embassy that can, tell if your visa will be approved or not. Do you understand? People can be fully funded, and then when they get on there, they ask them, why did you choose this school? Why this major? Basic questions that, as an individual who did the research, you should know, but you are unable to answer those questions. Those are red flags. And then they'll be like, why would this school even give you funding in the first place? That's what they're thinking about. And if this person cannot really even answer the question, or what are your plans after graduation, then they'll just deny your visa. So for somebody like you, your case is very unique and peculiar, but you can sign up for my Pass My Visa interview consultation or service and have me walk through a simulated virtual mock interview session with you to prepare you for your visa interview as well. So you can utilize that service if you want. And also don't forget to sign up to my mailing list and join my Telegram group. I have another question. Ayola, do you suggest you have 2 or 1.5 times the amount needed for your proof of funds to scale through the consular? So this one is very unique. Generally, it is expected that you have 1 year amount, like 1 year living expenses reflected in your statement of account, right? But if you have more, absolutely wonderful. If you can do 1.5 more, 2 more, the higher the better, to be honest. If you can afford it, Ayola, if your sponsor has that amount, and it can be reflected there, absolutely amazing. Like, go for it. I wouldn't say go for 1.5 or 2. The more the numbers, the better, because it just tells, this story of, say money not be problem, that kind of thing. So you want the consular to just take away that doubt of you having financial problems ever during your study abroad, journey. So that's it. I think this is the last question I have. If you have more questions, you can drop them there. But let me just go ahead and talk about. I think we're supposed to talk about scholarships, but I already talked about funding, so I pretty much have answered this as well. Job hunting, I already talked about that. I'm going to make a job hunting series, so I really will not touch more on this because, in my series, I'll just be answering that question. So we are currently on our study abroad tips, which I believe I have been doing as well by answering all of your questions. So if you have more questions, you can keep asking until we get to so I just this is a Q&A session. So just go ahead and ask your questions. So this question is from Jason again. Do they scrutinize the visa appointment slip like they do for the DS-160 and the passport from past experience? I don't see, there's no scrutiny. If it is something that has to do with, if it is a Nigerian thing, then I would have said that maybe yes. But this is an American embassy, and the system works. They are very much open about what they do, how they do the things they do. So there's no scrutiny in terms of to the best of my knowledge, if you have a different opinion, you can let me know. To the best of my knowledge and from experience and everything, I just believe that it is free, it is fair. It's just that sometimes you might be denied and then you feel like, oh my God, but I answered all of the questions right. So why am I denied? It happens. And there are so many ways that you can take that denial. You can either take it and learn from it to do better, seek professional help, sign up for my visa denial audit, which is a 1-hour live Zoom session where we go over your visa interview experience from start to finish, even taking it down to 2 days before to understand everything that happened and provide solutions, weaknesses, loopholes, and give you action plans as to how you can do better, or even pinpoint certain things that you may not have, seen as an issue. I spoke to somebody, a client recently, and the person had a letter from the company that she says would be having her, when she comes back, she'll be taking on a managerial position, right? So she had this letter from the company saying that, oh, it is a mutual agreement between myself and Valeen, that Valeen is going for her master's program in the USA for 2 years. And when she comes back, she would, take on a managerial position. But in that letter, it also stated that while she's doing her master's in the USA, she would also be working for the company remotely and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no consular officer is going to give you any visa. No consular officer is going to give you any visa. You know why? And she's like, why? I'm like, it's right there. This letter is already saying don't give this girl a visa, because why? As an international student in the USA, you can only work for 20 hours and only on campus. You can't work outside of campus. How much more working remotely for a Nigerian company? Do you understand? You see why that session, that's paying for that? If she didn't, she would have just gone ahead to waste that application money, and her visa will be denied because she didn't. If she would not be told, because no consular officer will tell you why your visa was denied. And that is why my service helps you to identify those loopholes. We check through every documentation. If you want, your documentation to be checked, you can sign up for that service. If your visa has been denied, you can also sign up for a visa denial audit. If you are just not sure, you're like, I want to be prepared, to be sure that I am prepared for the visa before going, test me just as I am test me to know if I am prepared. Because most time people think that they are prepared. And I've had clients as well that I work with them and then they just discover that I'm not prepared. They'll be like, Valeen, I thought I was prepared before coming for this, your Pass My Visa interview service. But right now I discover that I am not even prepared. And then that helps you to even prepare further. And, when you're going for the visa interview, you already know that, with God on your side, you're going to get it. So it is important what works. So I don't think that they are biased or, there's scrutiny in any way. But again, whatever it is that you have filled in your DS-160 form is what you have to answer. So let's say in your DS-160 form, you say you are single, and then they ask you, are you married? You say you are divorced. Please, as little as that is, you have lied. There's no option for divorce in the DS-160 form, to the best of my knowledge. But just maintain whatever it is that you have filled in your DS-160 form. It's that simple. It's that simple, and it will help you a great deal when you do that. Do we have any questions here? Please give this video a huge thumbs up if you found it helpful. I keep forgetting to tell you guys that if you have more questions, drop them. We have 13 minutes more, and this live session will be over. So please give this video a huge thumbs up if you found it helpful. And don't forget to subscribe to my mailing list and join my Telegram group and follow us on all of our social media platforms so you can get useful resources. I was going to show you people something, but I can't find it on here. Okay. If we don't have more questions, then I think I'll just end the live today so I can get over to doing other things. So guys, on that note, let me quickly talk about this. This is the last thing we're supposed to talk about. Of course, the live session said and more, right? So productivity, mental health. We had a task from our live session from last week, but the people that are supposed to talk about it, they are not here today. So we're just going to if you have any video idea already from today's live session, I have 2 video ideas already. But if you have any video idea, or if you have any question that you want me to make a video to answer that question, you can drop it as well. And I will make a video to answer that question. So just drop the questions and I'll definitely answer them or make a video out of it if you're somebody that loves detailed answers. So on productivity, I'm going to start a productivity series as well to tell you things about like finances, how to save money as an international student, how to budget as an international student, banks, and how to choose the right bank, documents you need to open a bank account, and things that you can do on the side to make extra cash, just finance and money series, that can make, and how to, stay ahead of your assignments, stay ahead of your projects, stay ahead of your research, just stay on top of your game to be more productive in school and even have a personal life, how you can, balance your graduate school life and your personal life. So I'm going to be making a productivity bank and money series as well. So I just wanted you guys to know about that. So the next thing we are talking about now is mental health. Mental health is very important. And if you're an OG on this channel, you know that I talk about mental health a lot. One of the reasons why I started my YouTube channel is to keep my mental health in check. When the pandemic started, it was just pretty challenging and hard. And I was pretty much alone. I don't go out. So it mean I had friends, but I don't go out. When they invite me, I don't. So I was always I was 95% of the time indoors. Like I wouldn't even go out in a week, so sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes a month. As far as I have the things I need inside, I'm fine. Schooling was online, everything was online, church was online. So I didn't have any need to go out. But I realized that I was not thinking right. At some point it was getting to me. So that's when I started my YouTube channel, just to put a check on my mental health in a way, just staying productive. That's why I keep telling people it is important that you find something that you do. And I know that this study abroad thing is overwhelming. And I want you to also understand that you need to take things slow, one step at a time. Some days, just take a day off and be like, I'm not applying, I'm not checking emails. I'm just going to go out, swim, hang out with friends. Because when you leave, you will not have such opportunities again. So it's important that you understand that your mental health is important, especially because when you get here and you don't have your mental health in check, or you're not strong emotionally and all otherwise, it would be very hard for you to cope here. So take your mental health seriously. I preach mental health on this channel because I know that from where we're coming from, it's not preached. It's not like people don't even know what mental health is. If you're telling them you're dealing with something, they don't even understand what you're talking about. So, but as somebody who wants to study outside of your home country, I believe you understand that this is a huge thing. Like even here, if you lose your dog, I think I should even let you people know, because I'm making another series. If you lose your dog, you can tell your professor that the reason why you were not able to submit that assignment was because you lost your dog. It's funny, but yeah, or that maybe you experience a very severe heartbreak, your girlfriend break your heart. You can tell your professor that, so what I'm trying to say is that they take mental health very seriously, and I want you to learn to do that as an individual. If you're just stressed out, take a day off, take some days off, get better, and go back to checking your emails or reapplying or even watching YouTube videos, because it's important. Some people might just get overwhelmed by maybe not getting admissions, and then they feel like, I'm not going to do this anymore. But one way to work around that is also, that's why joining my Telegram group, that community would help you. And also Subscribing to my mailing list will help you because I share things like how I'm coping with life here, like so many things that you don't even get to see here or know here. Because when you see my videos, you'll be like, how come this girl has always been coming through since I opened my channel till date, even when I'm dealing with so many things that you people don't know about? You know, when I help someone, I get this satisfaction. So I do what I love. So even when things are not working out for me, just knowing that I'm able to help other people is fulfilling for me, and in a way it keeps me, like, calms me down, or it even takes me away from thinking about whatever problems or things I'm dealing with. But I can't share those things here like entirely on my channel. I send them out on newsletters and share bits and pieces. So please ensure that you're subscribed to my mailing list, because there might be a story that I will share with you that you can resonate with. I even share with you the things I went through before I found my admission, the people that denied me, the people that promised me heaven and earth, they will sponsor me and they did not sponsor me, all those things. And maybe at that point in time, you're dealing with that. That story might just be what you need to, be re-encouraged that things will be fine. So ensure that you're subscribed to my mailing list, which is one, because even what I share on my mailing list, you will not see on my Telegram group. Then ensure that you're subscribed to my Telegram group so that you can connect with other aspiring international students and current international students as well. That when things are not going well, when people are sharing that, oh, I'm not doing so well, you will be encouraged. You can, get support from people. Or even if you're denied, you'll be like, oh, people will support you. Oh, sorry, don't worry, apply again. Because sometimes when you're denied, you don't have that zeal to reapply. But when you tell them in the group, they will encourage you to reapply. When your visa is approved, they will celebrate with you, because you cannot even share the story with your friends, either because they are not even aware that very soon you're traveling out of the country. So utilize all of these resources to help you. We have 5 minutes more. Let me answer the question here. This question is from Adekemi. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. What if I'm married but later divorced before traveling? I handled a case of one of my clients who was married the first time, and by the second time she was going for her interview, she was divorced. So she put in there that she's single. You see, the thing with the form is this: when they ask you a question, your response should be now. What is your state now? For instance, I'm filling the DS-160 form. Valeen, are you married? Married or single? I'm single. Are you engaged? They did not put, are you engaged there. They did not put, are you in a relationship there. They said married or single. As far as they are concerned, if you like, let your wedding be next week. As far as at the point that when you are filling that form, you have not been married, you are still single. So if you were married before, and then at the point when you are filling the form, you were already divorced, then you're single, because I don't know why they did not put any option for divorce. Right now, I don't think, or do you think there is? I don't think there is any option for divorce. So at that point, you're single. And maybe if you had filled a form before in the past, or gone for your visa interview in the past, and then you already filled married and you're going a second time and you now said single, please be ready to let them know why it changed from married to single. Do you see how you tie them? But you cannot see that you're still married when you're already divorced. Does that make sense? If you need more answers, if you need more, like you want to really tell me the story and want us to work together one-on-one to provide a tailored response for that question, you can book a consultation with me. Send me an email. I will drop my email here to send you the link, because some persons complain that my consultation link is not on there. So shoot me an email and then I will work with you one-on-one. I'll send you the consultation link. Once you book a session with me, I will send you the link and we can take it from there. Next question is from Jason. How often do fully funded PhDs get denied at the embassy? Likely not often. but I just feel like PhD students have more of an edge because it's PhD. And for somebody to have been given an admission for a PhD, and PhD most times comes with fully funded options. So rarely, except your village people is with you, except if you're not Nigerian, what I mean is that maybe except something went wrong, except maybe it is not your time, the universe says it's not your time, or you did not, convince the consular that you deserve it. Do you understand? Because I believe a fully funded PhD program is like your gateway to like leave. But if you're unable to convince the consular, and mind you, they're going to ask you questions about your research. So that's one key difference between somebody who is going for a master's degree and somebody who's going for a PhD degree, and even somebody who's going for a bachelor. So for every category that you belong in, or somebody that is going to a college, there are certain questions that they will ask you that they might not ask somebody else. So if somebody that is going for a PhD goes to the embassy, they are interested in your research. I interviewed someone recently. I haven't uploaded the series on my channel, but he's a PhD candidate. He's one of my mentees as well. And so when I upload that video, maybe you might learn something from his story as well. So I just feel it's a lot easier for them. But if you're unable to convince them, especially when they ask you questions about your research, you might lose it. It rarely happens, but it is not impossible as well for a PhD candidate to be denied. I mean, I know somebody who was denied. So yeah, I believe we have come to the end of today's live stream, and I really cannot thank you guys enough for coming through and for showing your support. You guys have been amazing. You have been amazing, and I want to say thank you so much. We're going to come back next week, Saturday. So I go live every Saturday from 9 till 9, 10, 11, 2 hours. So if you have more questions, just keep them for next Saturday, and we can talk more and better and everything. And if you cannot wait till next Saturday, kindly utilize my consultation service, any of my services, and I will respond to you immediately after your payment has been made, and we can take it from there as well. So my live sessions, I give free answers, everything, but for my consultation or anything in between, you have to pay a fee to get tailored responses as well. I can help you with any of your study abroad journey or any of your study abroad questions. So I'm going to add this. Oh no. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, let's say I want to add this. Yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. So you can consult me for any of your study abroad needs. The link is in my description, but for some reason, it's not in my description. So you can shoot me an email at valeenovarah@gmail.com. So let me add that so that you can see, you can easily me an email at valeenovarah@gmail.com. So let's do this. Okay, so yeah, shoot me an email at valeenovarah@gmail.com. Join my Telegram group, join my mailing list. All of the links are in my description down below, and I'll see you again next week. Same time, same station. I remain Valeen Ose, and I pledge to never give up, and I hope that you do the same. Bye, guys. Yay!